What's up everybody, Ruben Garcia here, and this is my third time going to an eXp Shareholders Summit. This one, 2023 in Orlando, Florida. And what I want to go over is what I learned, who I met, and to tell you the truth, was it a bust? What is the eXp Shareholder Summit? Now, for starters, it is one of the largest events that eXp puts on. eXpCon, eXp Shareholder Summit. Now, this may be the last eXp Shareholder Summit, so if you came, congrats. If you didn't, oopsie. Because this, at least what I've heard, could be the last one. The rest will be virtual, and they're gonna put 12 months of effort, energy, resources into one large, amazing event, eXpCon. So this may be the last one. Now to start off this adventure, I actually missed my flight. I flew into Charlotte from Fayetteville, and then when I got to Charlotte, I missed my flight from Charlotte to Orlando. But it was probably for good reason. I missed it, and then 45 minutes later, I was back on another plane, and on that plane, I was able to get not only my seats where no one was sitting next to me on either side, but the actual across the aisle as well. I mean, it was like first class plus. So you gotta look at it that sometimes things happen for a reason. Still got the eXp Shareholder Summit on time. It was an amazing event. So a quick little trip, that's probably a blessing. And then I rolled right into eXp Shareholder Summit. So let's get into it. So I do like to break down the cost. So if you're interested in this, stick around. So food collectively was about $226. Uber, about $67.72, kept that one low. At a total, I was there for 6 days, about $49 a day for food and transportation. The ticket, approximately $650. The hotel, approximately $1,165 for 6 days. And the flight, $653. Add it all up and you get $2,468. Now I will say that was my bad. I bought the ticket a little late, and I definitely bought the hotel room late as well. All in, about $2,762, which equals about $460 a day. Again, my mistake. I jumped on a little too late on hotel, and I think I even got the flight late. I think I got everything late. So obviously the prices were a little inflated. However, would you say, and this is one of the metrics I want to look at, was my ROI worth it? And I'm going to dive deep into this right now. So I was able to get free headshots. There's that. I sold many shirts and hoodies. I'm telling you, this is why you wear some. Go description below, click the link and get some of the merchandise. It literally starts conversations no matter where you go. And I was able to sell many of them as I was there. So that was pretty cool. A little bit more change in my pocket. I did speak on a panel, and I did speak on the main stage. So, you know, for what that's worth, getting your name out there and giving value to people, you know, maybe can't monetize that now, but that's not really the point. It's more of like the impact that you could create. But let me get into a little bit more detail about some of the money. When we go to these events, we run a 12-step play and very intentional about making contacts. I made 15 solid contacts. Out of those contacts, I was able to get 2 referrals to Fayetteville and 1 referral to Charlotte. That alone will equal approximately $4,500. What do you call them? Referral checks. That alone will equal about $4,500 in referral checks. So that alone literally paid for the trip. But let's keep going. I was able to get on 1 podcast, set up 1 meeting for coaching, set up a private mastermind with a group, and was able to set up 2 interviews for agents as well. Again, more exposure, more value add to every one of our agents. It was really cool because I ran into some of the agents who were rooting me on when they saw I missed my flight. So high five to you guys and gals. And I also met the senior network analyst at eXp who will be on one of our Be More trainings. Again, what can we do to deliver more value to our agents, right? Big focus, big intention of making these connections within eXp, and really anyone else who was there. Met plenty of agents who weren't with eXp to see how we can deliver value to our agents and deliver value back to them. Now I was able to get in front of a huge opportunity. I'm not allowed to say anything right now, but if everything pans out, keep following me at provenbyruben and you'll be able to see it. But there was no way I was going to get this opportunity unless I came in proximity, meaning if I came to the event. So, you know, again, we already saw the referrals are going to pay for the trip, but guys, opportunity, I don't know if you could even put a number to that in terms of what can really fall in your lap if you show up. So I'm just begging you guys to just show up, really. So another big thing I learned was just how in depth our marketing center is. I mean, it's almost a plug and play. You just put stuff in and boom, it's gonna shoot out social media stuff. It's gonna shoot out lists that buyers and sellers should have. And I know that's kind of the basics, but as I was going into it yesterday, after learning more about it, I was blown away. And it literally is now gonna be part of our system to get our agents in there and check it out, because what we get for free gotta cost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars if you try to use a third-party system. There's even a program in there that they will do the social media posts for you. It's another one of these connections that eXp has provided and given to one of us, or to all of us, and it's pretty amazing. So I'm gonna leave a link in the description as well. I kept hearing just how different our firm is. There's no split or fee conversation. They literally kept saying it was a compensation package. Now, what do you mean by that? at least what we have found so far, and I'm gonna get deeper into it, there's another way that we can now get paid. There has to be 12 to 13, maybe even more ways that you can get paid within eXp. So if you're stuck on like flat fee of what we pay a month, you're missing the huge opportunity and kind of the point. This isn't a regular brokerage, very disruptive, and I can't believe how many ways you can get paid here. But I'm gonna dive deeper into some of the new stuff. Now listen, I have a video, it's called the 8 ways you can get paid at eXp. Look below in the description, but heads up, there are 3 other ways after I left an eXpCon or a Shareholder Summit that I learned, and this one, no different. I learned another way that you can get paid here. I even had one leader that I was listening to, and he said, listen, he was asking somebody at a different firm, and he said, how many homes do you have to sell before you get ownership in your company? And this was either a boutique firm or maybe even a franchise. And he was scratching his head because he was like, I don't know. And maybe there are agents there that have been there forever and ever and ever and now have ownership, but many, many, many years. And good gosh, I couldn't imagine how many homes sold just to get ownership here. And he kind of looked at me, he was like, here, 1. You sell 1 home, you have ownership in eXp, which, you know, breaking it down that way is so cool. Another statistics, did you know that only 18% of eXp agents participate in revenue share, and 8% of that 18% only have 1 person that has written them as a sponsor? So really about 10% have 2 or more, which is kind of crazy. And if you think about the firms and the teams that have come over, really they already had those agents with them anyways. It's just, it made sense obviously that they were the sponsor when they rolled over. So how much of that 10% actively looks at expanding their team all across the world? A lot smaller than you think, right? I thought this was pretty cool too. We had Kurt Yang show up, who has had the largest sale within eXp, $40 million as a luxury unit. And, you know, he said something very interesting that we tell all our agents as well, which is, he said, you know, you only know a little bit more than your client and you're an expert. And I was like, what? That's literally what we tell all our brand new agents, because that are a little nervous and like, listen, you went to real estate school, you know a little bit more than the next person, which in their eyes makes you an expert. And it was kind of interesting that the same concept was done on the largest sale within eXp. And then Luna. Now Luna comes out and it's our AI powered by ChatGPT, and it is able to answer any questions that we have within eXp. So I'm just going to read off what they put. Luna AI agent support. It says, I am your ChatGPT powered virtual support concierge. I can answer questions about eXp Realty and revenue share. And they showed some of the features, which is pretty cool. Brand new. I think a couple weeks old right now. So imagine what this thing's gonna look like and how much it's gonna help us in the future, which is pretty awesome. So staying on the AI feature, they dropped this right here, which is futurepedia.io, where you can find out where the most up-to-date versions of AI have come out, or the brand new versions of AI come out, or just new platforms AI come out, which a lot of our agents are using apparently, which I found out that you can really leverage these platforms, and this is the quickest and fastest way to find out which ones are coming out. Another great resource is Keywords Everywhere. This was dropped by one of the YouTube guys, and this is how he finds his keywords, so I figured I'd just let you guys know. Now, to one of the ways that we can get paid an extra way. It's called My Link, My Leads. They are affiliate links for our eXp website. And if someone buys from it, we literally get a referral fee. There's nothing that we have to do. It's done all on the back end. I'm gonna read a little blurb of it. It says, this cutting edge agent tool keeps track of your personalized exprealty.com links and assigns leads acquired through your sharing back to you automatically. So again, it just blows my mind at just all the different ways that you can get paid here, but let's keep going. We went to a KV Core hack trick class and a YouTube, same thing. We got some calendars and we got some more information that we're adding to our onboarding and our system, because you don't want to bombard agents too much as they come over, right? So we have this funnel that we kind of built, and in there I've already added these calendars for added value, these type of things. And the reason why we go to these events is also like, how can we keep empowering our own agents within our team? And we got some cool stuff through the YouTube and the KV Core classes. Here comes a cool saying: people are attracted to consistency, and consistency equals integrity. That to me, of course, means everything. You know, there's a lot of incremental steps that are done every single day that not many talk about, not many see, and those little steps is what gets you closer to success, whatever you define it to be. And you know, you hope that your team sees that, right? And you hope that they are inspired by it. So to hear one of these huge leaders say that, it just resonated with me, so I want to share it with you. Now, the NPS score or survey. Now, this was amazing. The huge focus on what eXp is doing to ensure that that the agents are happy over profit, bar none. The NPS means Net Promoter Score. And there was a fireside chat with the guy who wrote the book and founded the NPS. His name's Fred Reichheld, probably messed up the last name, and he wrote the book, Winning on Purpose. Him and Glenn Sanford went back and forth. I'm gonna leave the article, look in the description below. You have to read this, of just how important it is to Glenn Sanford to keep the agents happy over profit. He even went on to say, I want everyone to out-earn me. I am thinking about creating a legacy and not what I put in my pocket. I get asked, when are you going to raise fees and raise caps? The answer is never. That's not how you build a legacy company. He is hugely focused on delivering more value to these agents to keep them happy than lining his pocket, because you better believe he can. Matter of fact, if there's 13, 14 different ways to get paid here, internally it would make more sense to just keep it in-house, but he's given the opportunity to all of us, and it's shown and it's proven, and I can't be happier. You know, he even said there are many agents that make way more than him in revenue share than he gets paid as the CEO founder now on his salary. So think about that. That's just, what other company's doing that? So make sure you read that article below, okay? Because there's basically, in my mind, a CHO that is focused on these NPS scores, and CHO, Chief Heart Officer. His whole point, his whole position is to keep focusing on how to keep these agents happy. And these surveys, the ones that we fill out, if you're not an eXp agent, you don't see them, but we fill these out every transaction, I think a few times a year outside of the transactions, and it's telling, and they are adjusting, literally they're listing everything that we have said. There's been an adjustment in things. You should see our referral, the way we do referrals now. But anyways, I'm not gonna get too deep into that. Read that article, it's gonna talk about it a lot more. Now I went to a team class. You know, obviously I wanna keep our team growing and I wanna keep our team productive and all the cool things. And one guy said he focuses on 4 things when building his team. He has a large team. He pushes them to do passive, active, COI, and SM. Social media, circle of influence. Passive, active. Now what does that mean? Literally, that's what our team does. We teach people passive, 100%, but we have to teach them the active to build the capital to build passive. And we literally start all our agents on their COI in a very systematic, proven way, which is awesome. And oh, by the way, you better believe we're always saying tell our story through social media. So it was just cool to hear that from one of the leaders, because it so aligns for what we're doing with our team already. Which I will say, this section right here is all about confirmation of what we are doing right. I talked to another guy who's on one of the largest teams, so more the agent side of what it looks like to be on one of these large teams. I said, what does your team do? What do they provide? What does this weekly thing look like? And he told me, Monday they do agent attraction, Tuesday they do training, Wednesday they have like a women meetup, Thursday that's their 10+ agents, so if an agent has 10 or more agents on their team, it's like a team leader call. Friday they have Freedom Friday. Now if you look at our calendar, which, you know what, I'll put a link below to that too. Check out our calendar. We're crushing it when it comes to training and meeting up and the whole thing. And that's just us, not including what my upline provides and not including what these larger organizations within our team provides their people. It's insane. We work and have worked with bringing broker owners to eXp, and there was a broker owner there that went over his profit margins. Listen to this. This broker owner was at 15% margins running his own brick and mortar, you know, his freedom call, it's his business, his whatever, owned it, to now he moved his whole brick and mortar here, all the agents and all that. Now he's at a 52% profit margin. You know, the stress of having liability, overhead, and you feel like you're the only one that's training these agents could kill you, man. And so it's cool to hear, not only can you let go of some of that weight, you can actually bring in more money by doing it and keeping your brand and building an expansion team across state lines and having agents brand themselves for the ones who want to do that. Having agents work buyers, sellers, luxury, commercial, whatever they want to do, you can now provide that to them. You know, it's insane. It's insane. So it was cool to hear the numbers behind it. And a guy named Rico Leon, he was on the stage and he said that, you know, in a lot of words, he basically said that hedge funds will own everything in the long run. He has connections with them, friends that are in them, and he hears the many steps to a goal and that they're focused, let's say on this step down here, but by accomplishing this or getting closer to the end goal. And he said, buy homes. He said, basically they're buying neighborhoods, they're buying new construction neighborhoods. But he basically talked about that, you know, you're gonna have these homes with like golf simulators inside and gyms, and people are gonna be so happy, but it's gonna be a hedge fund who's owning all this as basically a buy and hold. And I'm so stoked that this is exactly what we talk to our agents about, using the capital of real estate and helping families and the whole thing. But think about where your capital is going. Think about buying and holding in the investing side of the business. 20+ years, it's gonna be insane how valuable those buy and holds are. So it's a slow burn, but worth it. So I appreciate you, Rico, dropping that bomb because it again confirms that we're doing the right thing with our team. So another social media hack, they said, don't just go on social media and say, do this, do that, you know, whatever. Teach how to do it. Another confirmation that we're doing the right thing. If you go to my YouTube right now and look at some of the playlists, we teach our agents and we're teaching you how to invest in real estate. Look at all the training. Look at all of that. We're teaching and teaching and teaching how-tos and not just saying, go out there, stay motivated, you know, show up. It's that, but we go way deeper into strategy. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. You're gonna get it all. It was pretty cool. We had 2 agents within our team that were there. We were kind of low, obviously, on attendance within our own team, just life happening and a few other things, but it was good, you know, and we got a lot, and we divided and conquered, and we got information, and we brought it back home and to make this video. And also found an agent there because we're working with a brokerage right now in Florida, and he's in Florida, and he talked with them and told them about what he's doing and what's helping him, which is cool because in any other world that would be a competitor. But the better that firm does that comes over and works with our team, the better he's going to do through stock and ownership of the overall company. So I mean, that was just pretty cool. Jumped on the phone call with her at that moment, and while I was there, I had 2 other agents at 2 different firms send me talent referrals, is what I call them. So 2 agents who are leaving separate these 2 different firms and wants me to work with them because they know we take care of our team. So again, just pretty cool that what we're doing is the right thing and we're helping a lot of people. So I'm gonna run through financials now. I'm a nerd and I absolutely love numbers, so I'm gonna make this interesting. Just stick with me. In 2022, we grew 22% year over year, and which you have to agree, if you're in real estate, has been a challenging few years after the pop, basically. And we grew 22% year over year. That's in revenue. And that was up to $4.6 billion. While growing 22%, we further strengthened our cash position without increasing debt. We have no debt as a company, and that was World Holdings. Let me move to the international side. We grew revenue internationally 102% year over year. We also expanded into 6 new markets: the Dominican Republic, Greece, New Zealand, Chile, Poland, and Dubai. All right, so touched a little bit on revenue. Let's talk about agent growth a little bit. In Q1, we're year over year 12%, Q1 2023, up 12% in agent growth, which brings us to over 88,000 agents right now, year to date. So didn't want to stick to financials too long, although I can all day long because I'm a nerd. Figured I would just drop enough just to deliver some value to you guys. But that's it. You tell me, was eXp Shareholders Summit 2023 in Orlando, Florida a bust? Put in the comments below if you went. If there was something that I missed here, let me know. Put it in the comments below. Share this video for anyone on your team that didn't go because they missed out on a lot. And what I'll say is I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, and what I think is one of the coolest things is they shut down a part of Universal Studios. So enjoy the next little bit of videos of some of the fun that we had. So, you know, we didn't win awards or anything, like maybe they did an award thing and I just missed it, but it was pretty cool that they used that money to just shut down Universal. The food was free, the drinks were free, the rides, there was no lines. So anyways, without further ado, I'll end the video on how cool Universal was.